Hello, doctor. How are you?
I am good. How are you, Manisha?
I'm good. I'm good. And actually, my name is Manisha. So I just want to tell everyone that
Yeah.
I'm a cabin crew by profession, and
Okay.
then my age is 28 years old, and I'm planning to conceive.
Wow.
So I have a few questions and some doubts also. So I just want to ask you and clear my doubts.
Okay,
regarding
great.
that.
Great. So, Manisha, welcome to Roots IVF. And we have three important things from what you've told me. That one, you are 28 and you are flying, you're an air hostess, you're in the crew. And third thing is you are planning to conceive. So it is the actually the right time for you to conceive because I think this is the right age. When the age increases, the chances of conceiving become less. So if you're planning to do it now, it is great. It is wonderful. Secondly, you are flying, so there are certain issues which we should sort out because maybe your night shifts, your duties are like that. So all this affects our ovulation, it affects our cycles, it affects our hormones. So if you it affects our circadian rhythm. So we normally have a diurnal variation. If we don't sleep, then there are changes in our hormones. So we have a good sleep-wake cycle, and God has told us to sleep at night and work during the day. But I think all this profession and career and everything is making us go haywire. So basically, to cut it short, it is basically our hormones are affected. Melatonin, which is produced at night and which is a pro fertility hormone, that the levels go haywire. And also our suprachiasmatic pineal hypothalamic. So I mean, you won't understand it, but there is a locha there, the hormonal locha, the chemicals go there. So this complex situation from where the pineal gland is there, and it produces that hormone melatonin, which is affecting the hypothalamus and which is having effect on the ovary. So all this affects our hormones, which will give us which will cause a good ovulation to occur. So maybe you can sort of change your night shifts, take those flights which are more in the days, so that you don't have to fly at night. So one thing is that. Second, because you are flying, you are traveling, you might not be eating a healthy food. So that is another thing. So even while you are traveling, you should focus that you have something healthy, you have lots of fruits, vegetables, you can and you should particularly avoid all these fast foods, oily things, the pizzas, burgers and the french fries and all those snacking. You have to take care. I think the third thing is the stress levels that are there. You have to sort of take care of that stress because when the cortisol increases, again it affects our FSH, LH, which is causing the ovulation to occur. So stress, maybe if you find time, you can do some de-stressing, you can do some meditation sitting in the plane whenever you are off your routine or something like that. And another part, I was thinking that maybe alcohol and smoke is something which our youngsters are into these days. And if you I don't know whether you are you do smoke or something, but if you are, then it is very harmful. So one should, whenever one is planning a pregnancy, one should stop or maybe cut down as much as possible on the alcohol. And the smoking part is very dangerous, even if it is like your friends are doing that, and if you are not into smoke, but that passive smoking also affects us a lot. So this is something which one should do, that one should avoid it completely. Go on to change your lifestyle. It is basically You can take a walk wherever whichever country you are in. You have a good time. You when you are in between the flights, you can do a little walking and you're exercising. So lifestyle is something which though is difficult with your profession, but I think you have to take care of that. And the sleep part, the stressing, and otherwise I think you can start with your folic acid, with a good diet regime and exercise thing, and basically you are quite the weight part you don't have to worry, because you are quite slim and you are actually being into this profession. You have to maintain, in fact you have to reduce weight, so that also sometimes may be harmful for some. So you have to have a perfect BMI. It should not be very low, it should not be high. So that is something. Very lean also, people, girls may have some issues. So I think that sorts out some things.
Yeah, but I want to also ask, like you said, the hormones which produces at night, melatonin,
Yeah.
can we take it as a supplement maybe? Because sometimes even if you are at home, you have a proper routine, you don't feel sleepy
Exactly.
because you haven't done anything in the
Yeah.
whole day.
Yeah.
So you don't feel sleepy at night. So
Yeah.
you don't sleep and you watch your phone,
Right.
scroll reels and
Yeah,
all.
so another
So-
very good thing that you brought out is all this screen time.
Yeah.
So we should switch off all these gadgets at least 2 hours before we are going off to sleep. I mean, even TV, all this, your tablets, phones, and stops. This is we are not doing it, and I think gradually it will have a lot of effect on our mental health as well. And because we are not able to sleep, the next day again goes very disturbed. So it is always better that you should at least keep a watch on your screen time. So you have those gadgets and you have the watches which can dictate what you're doing, how much stressed you are, how much sleep deficient you are. So I think that is something you should keep a track of. And you can take melatonin, though we have all these multivitamins also, where a small bit of dose of melatonin is being given in our tablets before fertility, those who are not able to conceive. But anyhow, since in your profession, the next day you have, if you don't relax, then it becomes difficult. So you can, it is not harmful, it is good, and it is not, it will not be, it will not have so much side effects as it would have a good effect on you.
Also, I want to ask, like, if right now I'm planning,
Yeah.
so shall I just leave flying at the moment when I'm planning, or once I get, when I've already conceived,
See, yeah.
then I should stop flying?
Yeah.
Because right now when I'm flying, I have to take leaves later on any which ways when I have already conceived,
Yeah.
when I know that I'm pregnant.
Right.
But right now, when I'm in my process right now, shall
Yeah.
I continue flying and choose the day?
I think better would be to continue flying and take care of all these things that we've spoken. And it would be best, once you've conceived, you'll have a lot of nausea, vomiting. Anyhow, I think the airline policy is that you cannot fly once you conceive until the time you deliver, and then they give you a maternity leave and all.
Yes.
So that is perfect time, the way you can take care of yourself and the baby. And best would be to utilize your leaves later on with the baby part, rather than changing your schedule just now.
Yeah.
That way.
I was just worried, maybe because right now when I'm flying, I'm not able to manage.
Yeah.
Because either I can manage my sleep
Mm.
or I can manage my workout, exercise and all. If I'm sleeping, I won't be able to do exercise because I also have to go for work.
Right.
So once you go for work, you're already tired. Either you come back home and sleep, or you go for your exercises and workouts. So
Yeah.
I'm not able to manage both.
Yeah.
Either I'm able to exercise or I'm
So
able to
actually,
sleep.
these are the professional hazards.
Yeah.
So that is why actually these small little things, it is not a big thing, but these professional hazards, or maybe I think we have to, being in this era, we have to balance between our profession and the family, and that is why a female has to be multitasking.
Yeah.
and also take care of these things. But I think this is how you have to juggle your life and somehow manage it. Yeah.
And one more question.
Yeah.
That a few years back, 2-3 years back, I was suffering from PCOS.
Yes.
So when I visited a doctor at that time, she told me that I'm suffering from PCOS and it cannot be reversed or it cannot be cured. So you have to, manage your lifestyle. You have to take proper sleep, proper diet, and you have to also exercise. So you have to take out time for everything.
Right.
So at that time, I started, taking a good diet, and then it, with time, it was, I think, fine. But still, right now, I can feel that sometimes my menstrual cycles are irregular.
Right.
So I have to first take care of this thing that my cycle is in the regular period. Then only I should start conceiving, or it can be done, even if it is not.
It has to go hand in hand. Okay. It is not that we'll first treat PCO and then we'll conceive.
Okay.
It is not that way. It is actually your lifestyle management has to be the first and foremost thing that you have to take care for PCOS. And actually we can talk again a lot on PCOS because it is in itself a lot of, we have a lot of things to share about that. So maybe we can cover it up next time in your next visit. But definitely with your lifestyle management, with your diet and exercise, your cycles will become regular. And maybe previously you might be a little, you must have lost weight now. That is why your cycles have become regular. So it is, with PCOS, we have to manage our lifestyle. And with the lifestyle management, things will be under control. You will be, and gradually you will spontaneously conceive. PCOS is in itself a big issue for people who wish to conceive, but I think managing our weight and our diet will help at least 30% of it. The rest, 50-70% left, would be taken care of by other things that you need to consult with the doctor from time to time, and they can manage it.
Okay. And regarding the smoking and drinking, you said, so we should leave it at least how many months before?
See, smoking is good that we leave it at least 3 to 6 months before. Because even in males, smoking has a lot of effect if the partner is smoking. So it has a lot of effect on the semen quality and the morphology of the sperms and all. And in fact, there it is very, very, the smoking part has to be actually curtailed, stopped, and then only the sperms, the quality of sperm improves. So ideal time would be 3 to 6 months. For both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. And I think with Manisha coming here with us and talking, I think we could talk small things and which might be of help to many of us there. And maybe next time we can talk on PCOD. Yes. So thank you everybody, and thank you so much. I loved having you, and it was nice.
Thank you so much. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you. Bye-bye.